Here is a player who has been around for a long time, but he's finally having some real major success in the individual leagues.
GuMiho.
A former random player.
Yeah. Yeah, he was one of the only random players to get into... Wasn't he the only random player to play in the GSL as random?
Yes, I believe so.
Anyway, and here's the former winner of Code A. He's beaten the best. Can he beat GuMiho?
Startail Farmer.
The only other player to ever play random in the GSL was Superstar, who played in the team league as random.
Oh, okay.
As far as I remember.
Because Superstar switched to Zerg when he did the individual leagues. Winner prediction. Who will advance?
Ooh. I think it's supposed to be
44% think GuMiho, and 35% think Bomber will advance. Oh, wait. Is that?
I think it's supposed to be 44.4, because that would make 100. No, actually, that wouldn't make 100 either, would it?
No, because there's 4 players in the group. So I think only 4% of people think that GuMiho will advance.
I'm sorry, guys, but I think those 4.4% might be like the smartest people who voted.
I don't know, man. This is a really strong group. Happy and Dongregu are both really... I think it's just that GuMiho is like not the biggest name.
He's not a fan favorite, that's for sure. Well, I wanted to mention while we were talking about that Bomber has gone for gas first, which these positions is not really going to be very useful for him. You know, if he wants to get fast Banshees out, for example, to punish a fast expand, it's not going to happen. We're at cross positions on a huge map, and GuMiho isn't even going for a fast expand. He's just going for normal gas timing. Could be a Reaper expand, but let's wait and see.
Well, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see expansions from either of these guys after not too long, since it is Tal'Darim Altar, and once they find out that their opponent is across the map from them, they're going to be like, okay, there's nothing to be done, this is going to be a macro game. Because it is going to be difficult to get Banshees all the way across the map in time to do much damage.
Especially, I mean, on these positions, it's so far across the map. Well, as you can see, the factory of Bomber very far ahead of that of GuMiho, because he went for gas first.
It's like, if you're trying to send Banshees to, like, Yongsan, yeah, that's fine, but no. You need to get Banshees, like, all the way to Gangnam. You're like, no, it's not going to get there in time.
That's true, man.
It actually takes, for those of you at home who don't know, it actually takes, like, if you were to ride from the farthest westernmost subway stop in Seoul to the farthest easternmost subway stop in Seoul, it would take you, like, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I would say so. I've never done that personally, because I'm not a crazy person, but...
You would be pretty crazy.
I did go all the way to Oedo the other day. That was pretty far.
Nice. It's just a huge... It's actually really cool, the subway. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go on a little rant. Let me know if there's anything important we need to know about the game.
Well, it's just a Reactor Hellion expand from GuMiho, which is a TVZ build that's being used in TVT. But that's all you guys need to know.
All I was going to say, I actually did some traveling recently. I traveled all over Korea for a couple weeks between seasons. And public transit in Korea is so...
It's so good.
Good. Like, normally, if you're going to, like, some random city or some random town out in the countryside or whatever, in the States, you need to take the, like, one bus that goes that day to get there. In Korea, you just walk into the bus stop and there's like a bus every like half an hour to like everywhere. You don't have to plan ahead of time. There's so many buses. It's ridiculous. The trains, the high-speed trains go all over the place. It is actually really, really good. And the Seoul subway system like even goes and like connects to other subway systems.
Very true. And you know, well, hold that thought. These Hellions are actually going to come in here and meet with the Hellions of GuMiho while the Banshee gets spotted. But GuMiho's first two Hellions are going to come in here and do some harassment, and Bomber is not reacting to this.
Oh, no. He's going to lose some SCVs. A few of those are bunched up. He's going to get a couple more shots on them.
Oh, nice micro on some of those SCVs, pulling them away.
Wow. That was, well, it's not over yet.
Did force the Banshee to return home as well, which is pretty good. And in total, he was able to kill 7 workers there.
Not bad.
Well, yeah, back to the transportation system was actually something Doe and I were talking about yesterday. So if you guys do come to Korea, have no fear about getting around. You will, if you can use a taxi to anywhere because there's so many taxis available as well. Yeah. But you won't have to because there's so much awesome public transportation available.
And actually, taxis are actually really cheap here.
They're really cheap as well, man.
If you want to take a taxi across Seoul, it's like $10.
I can't even stress to you guys how awesome it is.
Oh, the Banshee gets caught by the Viking.
Oh no, and the Marines are not really wanting to help out. But again, GuMiho going to run by with some Hellions.
Wow, and no cloak is there, so that Banshee is going to get taken down. But oh no, the Hellions are here in the middle line. There's just a single Viking to deal with this. Bomber's just letting his SCVs mine. and that's actually a pretty good tactic to do because then they're moving around, they're not getting hit in lines as much, but trying to do some counter damage with his own Banshee now, and the Hellions of his own.
His Hellions also doing quite a bit of damage, but he's only gotten half the worker kills of his opponent at this point, and GuMiho actually reacted to the harassment, something that Bomber did not do for quite some time. This Banshee's going to be taken out very quickly.
Less than 2 Marines can kill the Viking, but no, he's not going to be able to.
Nope. And it looks like this is going to be cleaned up really easily by GuMiho.
Oh, good micro by GuMiho, microing that Hellion away that was injured and repairing it so it didn't die. So GuMiho comes out way ahead.
He's got twice the supply right now. He's got a command center up and saturated, whereas Bomber is just now making his command center into an orbital at his natural. And GuMiho actually can just continue to macro up at this point, or he can push out if he wants to. Look at his air control. He's got 3 Vikings. He's still got a decent amount of Hellions, which are all being repaired, by the way.
GuMiho is in a commanding position.
GuMiho's like,
here.
sup 4.4%.
Yeah, exactly.
Bomber may be the fan favorite, but...
Bomber's 35% is going to be a little bit disappointed after this game, I think, because GuMiho is still retaining almost double the supply of Bomber. Bomber having to land his Vikings because he knows he'll lose an air battle. And GuMiho's just going to go for a kill, I think, or at least try and do some more damage. He's sending a bunch of Hellions and all of his Vikings over here, and Bomber just doesn't have an army. He just doesn't have one. 4 Marines and 2 Vikings is, well, technically an army, but not a very big one.
Well, it's nothing compared to the 8 Hellions and 3 Vikings of GuMiho, that's for sure. GuMiho also getting his own cloak, by the way. If those Vikings landed, it's not going to be very useful against Banshees, and if they're not landed, they're not going to be very useful against Vikings of a superior number either.
Yeah. Now, the one thing Bomber does have, he's getting a Marauder out. It's going to finish. Oh, but there's the Vikings landing in the back to kill SCVs. He forces them back. The Hellions are going to go in the front. Bomber's entire army is at the front, except for those Vikings. That was a good move to keep those Vikings at the front, but he's still going to lose some SCVs.
Oh, he's going to lose so many, man. GuMiho just showing he knows how to multitask here.
Oh, block him from the main.
Get into the main.
It doesn't even matter. They're just going straight for the SCV. Oh, running the SCVs into the bunker to save him is clever.
Smart move.
But I don't think it is going to matter at this point. He is actually down to 17 SCVs.
Half the supply, half the worker count. Not a good situation to be in when your opponent has Cloak. He's got Banshees flying across the map. He's got map control. He's got a 3rd command center on the way.
He's got this game in the bag.
Yeah, in total, 29 workers killed for GuMiho.
Can Bomber break out of the bag?
I don't know, man.
Can he micro himself out of a paper bag? We're going to find out.
Well, GuMiho is sending a Banshee into the main.
All the SCVs are injured.
Yeah.
Most of them are at half HP from the Hellion harass. He's going to be able to one-shot some of these SCVs.
Yeah, Bomber moving across the map for his last-ditch push. He has no intentions of returning home.
No.
He's just now pulling his SCVs. At first he was like, well, I guess I'll just let him die. And he's like, no, but they're still going to die.
Yeah, and those 2 Marauders are going to stand up pretty well. Oh, he's going to fly his Banshee into a turret. Almost, not quite. I thought turrets looks like that Banshee should have been within range of that turret, but oh well.
It's in vision range, but not actual range.
Yeah.
And he's taken out all the Marines in the main base. And here is Bomber's last push.
He does have
a decent amount of Marines. He stims
but
too soon, though.
Too soon. He's going to get the tank, though. Nicely done. Can he get it? No, he can't. And GG coming from Startail Bomber.
GuMiho's like 35 SCVs killed to 10. I am the 4%.
I am the 4%. Oh, that's great, actually.
The Towel Terran wiping his hands. Wiping that nerd blood off his hands,
exactly.
man.
Wiping his hands of Bomber's pride a little bit there.
And, Bomber is a really good player, but GuMiho just caught him in all the wrong awkward positions there, and this is something GuMiho loves to do. He does this Reactor Hellion expand and just go, well, it's a big map. Chances are that you're not going to see my Hellions, and I'm just going to run them into your main.
Yeah.
There's no ramp.
That's really what happened. Like, I was trying to think about it. I was like, well, okay, where was the turning point there? It's just the fact that GuMiho just went for like a lot of Hellions early on, and Bomber just didn't have anything to deal with it.
Yeah, and when Hellions get in your base and you have no answer for them, what do you do? You pull your SVs? No, you don't, because you can't really. You could like try to split them, but you're still going to lose some. And sometimes it's better to have them still mining.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what to do.
Sometimes
and
you actually, if they're close, sometimes you actually want to pull a few SCVs and attack the Hellions, because in attacking, they actually naturally fan out around the Hellions so they can't get splashed. But we're going to take 5 minutes for a quick break. Don't go anywhere. More great games after this.